This is Jonathan Odell, author of The Healing. As part of my research for the book, I got to interview Mrs. Willie Turner, a 91-year-old African-American midwife. Here are some excerpts from the recording I made that day. How many children did you help birth?
2,062.
That's a big town.
Now, wait, that's not all.
No?
No. That in Humphrey County, my county where I'm living, 2,062. Yeah, I don't know how many babies I delivered in Shaka County. I don't know how many I delivered in Yazoo County. But Humphrey County, where I started, was 2,062.
That's good.
Ain't that something?
That's great.
How busy did you stay?
Well, sometimes I would deliver 3 or 4 babies in 24 hours. That's how busy I was. That's right. I'd leave this house and go to the next house. Leave that house and go to the next house. Busy.
Oh, wow.
So in 24 hours, I have delivered 3 babies. That's how busy. And then chop cotton, pick cotton, then my children go to school.
No.
That's right.
The husband would come get you?
Yeah, sometimes the husband and sometimes anybody they could pick up.
Right.
To come,
Right. Right.
Get somebody.
So you have to get up early in the morning, all time of days.
Oh, all time of night and all time of day. Snowing, sleeting, raining, all that kind of stuff. You had to go. Mostly nighttime. Mostly nighttime when they call you. Might a few women would start labor in the daytime. They might would start at both day and there all day and part of the night. Now,
What was the what was the hardest delivery you had? The hardest?
Oh man, I don't know. The hardest delivery I had. Well, I tell you now, when the pain get hard, I call in a doctor. Now, sometimes I could make it through it difficult, but without that doctor. But when the pain get hard, and I see I need help, I don't let that woman lay there and die. I call in the doctor. And if that man be dragging around, I get on his butt and make him get me to the hospital. And them men was scared of me, want to tell the other. That's right. When I see that patient getting in danger, my whole heart and mind was to help to save lives. And I dreams about it now, delivering. Yeah, all right, next question. Yeah, when it get hard on me, and I see I couldn't handle it, I'm calling in for help.
Tell me about what you dream about now, delivering. You say you dream?
Just normal like I did when I was delivering. Me and Dr. James and other doctors, and sometimes just by myself. I just dreamed it so much till I think I stopped before my time because I'm always delivering a baby. All the time. I don't hardly miss a month, 2 and 3 times a month. I'm somewhere in a delivery room ever since I retired. It don't never get away from me.
In your dreams you're talking about.
And be dreaming about it.
Did some mothers get scared? What did you do to calm them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What did you do to calm them down? Trust God.
You tell them to trust God?
Trust God. That's what I would tell them. Trust God. Trust God. Trust God. And sometimes they would say to me, Miss Willie, that's all you know to do, talking about trust God. This baby is killing me. tell so much. Trust God. And I said, well, that's all you can do, baby. Ain't nobody else you can trust.
Because the baby's coming. The baby's coming.
Well, now the baby gonna soon come then.
Right.
When they set me out. And one lady bit me. One lady in labor bit me. And I spanked her on her butt just as hard as I could. And out come that baby. And her husband said, don't hit her, she in bad. She bit me.
How did you get around to your patients?
Now, in them 37 years, sometime I was walking miles and miles to come at me walking. Sometimes they would come at me in a wagon. Sometimes they would come at me on a tractor. And sometimes they would come at me on horseback. And I rode the mule to the patient. Now, and sometime in the winter time, it would be so cold and froze up so till I would have to, I have crawled across a creek. So I shoving my suitcase in the front of me, crawling on my knees, crossed Silver Creek. Got up in the cotton patch and my legs were stuck up with cotton, bleeding, going to a patient. You name it, I had it. But I went on. I kept going because that's what I wanted. I love to save lives, but I had a hard time. I remember it was a funny time. One time, a man, it was snowing knee deep, and he gonna pick me up and carry me across the ditch of snow. I had the grip in my hand, and I said, boy, you can't carry me. Come on, Miss Willie, I can't. He had on boots. I had on boots. And he was going to carry me across the ditch. And he sunk. He sunk down in that snow. I zooped out of his
like a baby.
I zooped out of his arm and jumped on the hill, and that lady was in there hollering. And boy, I got on in there to that woman and left him in the ditch. he was trying to get out, and he was just going down. I said, whoop, and leaped out of that ditch and went on to that woman. And I forgot about it. He was in the ditch. That poor woman needed me, and I was there. Yeah, so I had a lot of different things. And one time, a man come at me on a mule, and he didn't have no other way to come. When I got to that woman's house, I needed somebody.
What you need?
That mule
jumbled you around.
Oh, I had a time. He was in the front, and I'm behind on the mule.
Bump it.
I was so, when I got to that poor mama's house, I couldn't, they had to help me down all day. So now that was some of my experience. But I didn't stop.
No.
I just trust God. And if you put God, you write in this book, don't forget God. Because he is the head of the Helen.
Head of the
Helen. That's the word that folks use, the head of the Helen. And the head of the heaven.
Head of the heaven? Okay.
He is the head of everything. We can't even breathe if it wasn't for God. So now in your work with your book, put God in front. And you'll make it. That's where I did. And that's where I'm still doing. And I done made it to 90 years old.
What day was your birthday?
The 27th day of September, 1911.
Did any of the women fight you?
One bit me. That was the only one. And I slapped her in Jesus' name. That was Geneva. Oh, it was. Geneva bit me. And I heard her say, don't hit her, Miss Willie. She in pain. I said, she bit me. I slapped her tail, and she had that baby. Geneva. Uh-huh. Yeah.
How did you raise a family and be a midwife?
I decided to be a midwife. But I was married, and I asked my husband, I told him, now that was in 40. I said, I've been taking training, and I love it, and I wanted to be a nurse, but I couldn't be, so I want to be a midwife. I said, now, all right, I'm your wife. And I said, I want to be a midwife. Now, if you don't want me to be a midwife, you tell me now. I said, because if you say yeah, and I get into it, I'm not coming out. And I said, white men's gonna come at me, black men's gonna come at me, Mexicans gonna come at me, every kind of nation it is gonna come at me at all times of night and days. Now, if you think that you ain't gonna be able to take this, you tell me now. Oh, if that's what you want, he said, I don't mind it, go ahead. I said, well, okay, you done give me the go ahead. I'm your wife. And then I said, I got these children. And I said, I got 4 children. He said, I'll tend to the children. And he did.
Said that?
And he did.
He's good. He kept his word?
Mm-hmm.
He kept his word?
He kept his word. He cooked. He fed them children. He washed them children clothes. He sent them children to school. Because I was out. I was out. And when I come home, it was a visit. Sometimes I wouldn't be at home 3 or 1 or 2 nights a week. Because I was out there catching them babies. But now, I was giving him money, though.
What were the homes like?
Back in them days, some of them would have that house big and span. And some people ain't gonna clean up, don't care what happened. So you just go in there and clean yourself up and do what you got to do and get out.
Got it.
Now, plenty of times, I've been in places where I couldn't even get a drink of water in 24 hours because they would have pump water. I couldn't stand it. I have been in places I didn't have no food to eat till I got back home. I've been in places like that, and I've been in places with a mother with my money up under her pillow and a piece of bread in the kitchen. And she said, Miss Willie, I saved this money for you to deliver my baby. And I said, you did? Yes, ma'am. And I'd be the knowing she ain't got none of that kidney. She got them little children. I take that money, I take it, go on to the store and buy that woman some grocery with that money and take it back there to feed her and them children. I couldn't take that money from that poor mama, and she ain't got no bread in the kitchen and the children. That's many times I have did that. And I have sit up at night and make clothes. And I know a woman gonna have this baby and she ain't got nothing, ain't got no clothes, nothing to put on that baby. I sit up till 1 and 2 o'clock on my machine making little blouses and little shirts and things like that. Now that's what I experienced in my life.